wonderhussie here in fabulous Las Vegas, all duded up because my sister and I went to the rodeo last night. That's right, there's a huge rodeo. It's like the national finals of all the rodeos in the United States, right here in Vegas every December. And thanks to some very kind viewers of this channel who gave us free tickets, well, my sister and I were able to come into town and enjoy the rodeo last night. And it was a humdinger. I didn't shoot any footage because I thought, well, for once in my life, I just want to enjoy the moment, you know, and not be thinking about how I'm going to film stuff. But today I changed my mind because, well, you can probably see by the background, I'm at Circus Circus. Okay, Circus Circus, one of the most iconic and affordable budget hotels on the entire Las Vegas Strip. Well, my sister and I decided to stay the night here because, well, we came into town for the rodeo Saturday night, but then our other sister is flying in Monday night. That's right, you might not have realized there's a third sister. And she lives, well, I'll just say she lives real far away from us, but she decided to finally come down and visit us at the Death Valley compound. And so she's flying into Vegas Monday night. And since we already came to the rodeo Saturday night, we thought rather than just drive home and drive back, and it's 90 miles each way, we'll just stay for the weekend and make a little vacation out of it. And you know me, always on a budget. I found the cheapest room I could get, which was here at Circus Circus. And I'm not the only budget-minded person in Vegas this weekend. Check it out, even though it's December 15th, there's people swimming in the swimming pool. I mean, I don't know if these people are from Canada or Minnesota. Oh gosh, you can't really see through the privacy fence, but take my word for it, there's like 5-6 kids splashing around in the swimming pool in the middle of December, all watched over by machines of loving grace, or clowns of loving grace. Anyway, like I said, I'm perennially on a budget, so while we are staying at Circus Circus, we're not even staying in the high-rise hotel towers. No, sir, we are staying in what's known as Circus Circus Manor, which is basically a motel way out back behind the hotel. And I actually think this place is really interesting. Okay, you can see there's a circus tent looking porte-cochere. I guess maybe back in the day there was a check-in office there. Now everything here is automated. You just go into the main lobby and do it all on a kiosk. But there's these motel buildings, 3-story motel buildings, out back behind the actual Circus Circus, conveniently located right next to the swimming pool. You can see those giant water slides back there. Anyway, even though it's not the fancy main part of Circus Circus, and even though I was warned by my friend Scott that the Circus Circus Manor was really ghetto and unsafe because there's no security, I actually think this is the way to go. I mean, look, you can park immediately right in front of your room. If I stayed in these main hotel towers, well, you know how that goes. You got to park somewhere way back here in the back 40 in the parking garage, and then you got to drag your bags all the way through the casino to the check-in desk, and then you got to go another 3 miles to get to the elevators to go up in the tower. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It could literally take you 30 minutes from the time you park your car to the time you get to your room. And you have to pay to park at these Vegas hotels now. I'm pretty sure if you're a guest at the hotel, you get some kind of parking voucher, but I'm not even sure about that. All I can say is back here at the Circus Circus Manor, you can park immediately in front of your room, basically. I mean, I'll show you. There's my 4Runner, and I'm just up on the 2nd floor right inside this building here. Not only that, but it's totally free. I can't believe I never knew about this secret free parking hack at the Circus Circus Manor. There's no security here. I didn't get any kind of sticker for my car or any kind of thing to hang on the rearview mirror. It's just open season. All this parking back here is free. And so if you're going to Vegas and looking for a free place to park, well, keep this place in mind. Okay, this old check-in building or whatever it was has definitely seen better days. And in fact, well, this awesome porte-cochere that you can see is totally covered. The ceiling is covered with those old-fashioned incandescent light bulbs. You know, not like the BS LED lights they put on all the hotel signs today. These are the good old-fashioned kind of light bulbs. Well, guess what? My sister and I were standing here last night waiting for our Uber driver to pick us up and take us to the rodeo. Only 2 of these light bulbs were on. So yeah, the porte-cochere light fixture needs a little bit of love, but I still really like staying back here for one more reason, and that's because you can get out the back real quick. That's Industrial Road back there. You might have watched the video I made where I walked the entire length of Industrial Road and talked about the seedy, seamy history of all the businesses back there. Well, Circus Circus Manor is sort of right between the Strip and Industrial Road, so it's real easy to get in and out, which is great for my sister and I because we're gonna be here for a few days and we're not just gonna hang out at the casino. No, we came to town because not only did we want to go to the rodeo and pick up our other sister at the airport, but we also want to do some shopping. Okay, we've got not only our other sister is coming in, but our mom and our brother are coming in later in the week, and our sister-in-law. And so, well, we need to go buy groceries, you know, stuff to have around the house, Christmas cookies, treats, things like that. But we also want to go shopping for clothes and stuff, you know? There's certain things you just can't get in Pahrump. And so we figured since we're going to be here in the big city for the weekend, well, we might as well go and do a little retail therapy. So my sister's up in the room getting ready right now. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like staying at Circus Circus Manor as I go up and let her know I'm ready to roll. Now, this is the entrance, and yes, it is pretty ghetto, frankly. I mean, the foundation of the building is... well, it looks like it's falling apart at the seams. And I hate to think about what kind of monster cockroaches live on this property. I mean, Circus Circus was built in, well, like 1968, and it's a workhorse, man. It's been serving budget travelers for, gosh, what is that? Almost 60 years now. And so it stands to reason there would be a little property damage. Okay, let's go inside. I'll show you this amazing lobby. This looks straight out of like the Love Boat in the 1970s. Look at this. Oopsie. Anyway, we're staying upstairs here on the 2nd floor, and you can see the stairs are covered in beautiful carpeting with this gorgeous wrought iron railing and sunlight just pouring through from these beautiful uncleaned floor-to-ceiling windows. Look at that chandelier. I don't know, call me weird, but I love funky vintage places like this. Okay, now let's check out the room. We're over here in room 1710. Okay, I'm coming in. Had to warn my sis I didn't want to just bust in on her. You know, who knows? Oh, you're such a good-natured person. Anyway, this is what the rooms look like at the Circus Circus Manor. Really not bad. We got a double queen. Neither one of us has experienced any bed bug bites yet. Anyway, it's just a basic Vegas hotel room, and I don't know, I guess the bathroom is a little bit crowded. Oh gosh, I probably left a mess out because I was getting ready, doing my makeup, primping in here this morning, but see what I mean? It's not bad. And I think I paid about $66 for this room. Interestingly, the rate was the same last night and tonight, which last night was the last night of the rodeo. Tonight, all the rodeo folks are gone, and this is that traditionally very dead time in Vegas between rodeo and Christmas, New Year's, when I would think they would pay me to stay in a room like this. But they didn't. I had to pay $66 each night, and I don't know, I feel like that's a decent price to pay considering, wow, considering all the convenience factors I mentioned earlier. Okay, I'm gonna get ready and go because we have some serious shopping to do. And the first place we're going, well, I'm pretty excited about. There are many spectacular shopping malls on the Vegas Strip, but the real gem lies just to the west. The fantastic indoor swap meet, where you can find the answers to all your trashiest, tackiest retail desires at bargain prices.
You can find everything from watches to reptiles at the fantastic swap meet, but I was here for one thing only: a fabulous new wig. I'd spent all summer trying to find the perfect wig, even going all the way to Hollywood, when come to find out, the answer was right in my backyard all along. Susan Schneider of Vegas Girl Wigs has been creating fabulous, over-the-top wigs for over 30 years, selling them out of her booth at the swap meet. And now that I'd found my Shangri-La, the only challenge was trying to decide which fabulous wig I wanted to buy. How do we look? Got some fabulous new wigs. Here I went all over Tarnation this summer, all the way to Hollywood and then up to Sacramento looking for the perfect wig. And they were in Vegas all along. Go figure. Anyway, we're gonna get super glammed up to go to dinner at the Circus Circus Steakhouse. Since I'm staying at Circus Circus anyway, little known fact, they have a really, really good steakhouse here that even snooty steakhouse connoisseurs agree is one of the best steakhouses in the country. And since we're staying here anyway, why not get dressed up and go out for dinner? Okay, so maybe my sister's Marilyn Monroe wig turned out looking more like Jean Harlow, and maybe I ended up looking less like Joan Collins or Liz Taylor than the Temu version of Lorraine Bracco from Goodfellas. But either way, we looked absolutely perfect for a night out at the grand dame of old Vegas glamour, Circus Circus. All joking aside, the steakhouse at Circus Circus really is an exceptional experience. It has that plush, clubby, old-school steakhouse vibe you just don't see very many places these days. And the food is killer. Scott, it's so generous of you to pay for our dinner.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Even though he's no Blake Carrington, our friend Scott joined us for a sumptuous meal with excellent service, and we ate and drank ourselves into a stupor and a suitably genteel amount of debt. But hey, it's the holidays, and we deserved a Christmas treat. I think I like this wig better than the black one. What do you think? I don't know, I just felt like that black wig made me look like Jackie Kennedy if she slept in a ditch for a month straight. But I suppose there's a time and a place for that look too. So I'll probably get lots of use out of that black wig. Okay, well, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing this blonde wig when I'm back home in the casita. Well, I gotta go over to the Shoshone Museum, and I am not feeling very well. Okay, we were in Vegas for 3 days. We went to the rodeo, we went to the steakhouse, and then the next day we planned to spend the day shopping and then go pick up our other sister at the airport. Our flight didn't get in until almost 11 p.m. But I don't know if I got food poisoning or if it was just a good old-fashioned hangover or what, but I was completely useless the entire third day. My sister had to drive me around. I just laid in the back of the car groaning. Oh, I felt like I was going to throw up. I got a fever. I'm not sure. I'd hate to say that it was food poisoning because the steaks at that steakhouse are amazing. And I'm not sure the timeline really worked out. But I also don't really know how it could have been a hangover because I only had 1 martini, a glass and a half of wine, and 1 cocktail after dinner. Now, okay, that does sound like a lot when you add it up, but golly, it's not enough to make me feel like I was run over by a bus all day yesterday and, frankly, all day today. But you know what they say, the show must go on, and I've got to get over to the museum to draw the lucky winner from the raffle. Okay, I talked about this in a video a while back. They're raffling off a dinner with me at the Crowbar in Shoshone to raise money for the Shoshone Museum, where my sister works. Really cool little country museum that,
Well, it's got a hard Scrabble budget and they're always struggling to make ends meet. And so I said, sure, I'll go to dinner with somebody. And well, golly, I think a lot of people bought raffle tickets. And today's the big day that we're gonna draw the lucky winner. And of course, I'm running late as usual. So I'd better get in there quick. Incidentally, you might be wondering why I put on this Marilyn Monroe wig, and I don't even think it's a Marilyn Monroe wig. It looks more like Jean Harlow. But whatever, you're probably wondering why I dressed up in this fabulous gown and wig and fur and jewels. Well, it's a raffle drawing. I'm excited about it and I want to make a big show out of it. You know, this little museum deserves all the help it can get. Remember this museum with the cool old car and the old gas pumps out front? They just got a brand new porte-cochere. Look at that. That took money to build that. And now I think they're trying to raise money to, oh gosh, I think they need to expand their archives. I'm not sure what all, but let's go inside and do the raffle drawing. The suspense is killing me. I hope it lasts.
Hey, welcome to the... Hey, Sarah. Welcome
Oh,
to the
look at that.
Shoshone
It's our buddy John Muccio. Hi, John. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excited, man. I'm about to be pimped out, and
Yeah.
I couldn't be looking forward to it more.
I really hope it's a super fan or somebody local.
Oh, well, either way. I mean, I'm sure
yeah.
it'll be somebody good, and the money's going to... Oh, and who's this?
Hello.
That's Tony. This is
Tony
one of
the
my
raffle
neighbors.
maker.
Oh, so you did the raffle?
Yeah.
Tony, you also work here at the museum.
You did the raffle.
Well, we all did.
Thank you, Sarah Jane.
Tony, how long have you lived here?
About 22 years.
You don't look old enough to have lived here 22 years.
She moved here as a young child.
I guess she did. So this is the raffle drum?
Raffle drum.
Okay, cool. So you
That
put...
smelled good.
And there's no funny business. Everything is totally legit. All the tickets. That's a lot of tickets. Let's see how many tickets are in there.
We were gonna, yes, it is quite a lot.
Wow. So was it a successful fundraiser?
We have more than doubled, or more so than double our usual.
Oh, okay, great.
Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, sure. No, it's listen. All I'm gonna do is go stuff my face and talk to somebody. You know, it ain't no thing. Shake her up
comes the
real good. Yeah, do the drum roll.
Lucky winner is...
All right. I know a lot of you guys bought tickets, and we appreciate every single one of you. But there can only be one winner, and I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna take this one right here. Just one.
This is the winner,
And the winner is Paula Hart. Paula Hart. Area code 703, Paula Hart.
703.
Where's
Paula Hart.
703?
Don't know.
Wow, she could be anywhere. Well, we'll be reaching out to you, Paula. You have won dinner with me at the Crowbar.
And a bunch of other lovely
Left
gifts.
her
Oh,
another
wait,
prize.
what else did she win?
She won some beautiful handicrafts from Sue Palmer.
Sue Palmer. What did Sue make?
Sue made a beautiful dichroic glass dish.
Ooh, a glass
and
dish.
a pine needle basket. There's a gorgeous king-size quilt, brand new and
That's
handmade.
Oh,
by
okay. And there's,
Susan
I
Bob.
see. Here's the picture of the
Yeah,
quilt,
that's nice,
and
yeah.
here's the glass. Wow,
There's
so
some pottery.
Paula.
Some pottery that from
books.
our friend Susan Delahunty,
Oh, Susan's pottery. Yeah, she's great.
and a candle holder made by Judy Palmer.
Oh,
and
dang.
Her bicycle lathe.
On her bicycle lathe.
Yes.
She made a lathe out of a bicycle.
Yes.
Wow.
Should we try and
We
call
should try and call the
winner?
lucky
You want to call the winner right now on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
One ringy dingy.
2 ringy dingies. Paula, you're a lucky winner. You won. You won the raffle at the Shoshone Museum.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! You won the dinner with wonderhussie. She's standing here, and you won the quilt and all the goodies that go with it. So give us a call, honey. 760-852-4524.
Wow, how about that? That was exciting calling her live. Well,
well,
too bad she didn't answer, but that's okay.
That's
know.
a shame. Yeah, it would have
Well,
been fun.
she's probably the kind of person that's always out and about having a fabulous time, and well, I'm
Must
sure
be.
we're gonna have a wonderful time having dinner together. So, Paula, I look forward to that. John and Tony, I appreciate your help with this. How's everything going at the museum?
It's going pretty good. I sent an email out today with our Christmas wish list on it.
Oh, so it's like, is it a newsletter that people can sign up for?
Well, yes.
Oh, okay, so how, if folks are interested
Go
in
to
keeping in touch,
ShoshoneMuseum.org.
ShoshoneMuseum.org, and you can sign up for the newsletter there.
Yes.
And that'll keep you informed about everything that's going on in this amazing, quirky, fun little country museum. There's so much cool stuff in here. It's not just the mammoth skeleton. Well, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
I'm
for
honored.
doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm honored.
Will you do
Paula,
it
I look
again
forward.
next year?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Put the pressure on her.
That's okay.
You don't have to answer that.
No, I'll do it again next year. Why not? Why wouldn't I? With, to support a cause like this and with such nice people entering this. I mean, I'm sorry that I can't go to dinner with all of you, but there can only be one. Boy, Merry Christmas. You would never know that Christmas is in just a few days. Judging by the weather, I think it's supposed to be like 74 degrees today. And it is absolutely beautiful out here on the edge of Death Valley. Well, can't film too much of the house because my other sister is with us and she is very camera shy. She does not want to be on camera. Anyway, we decided to go. Well, it's kind of a long story. There's been a lot of beefing and strife in our community lately. Petty beefs, disagreements. If you've ever lived in a small town, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we thought it would be cool to have a community healing solstice party. Okay, because the winter solstice is, well, I don't even know what day it is, but the winter solstice is in a few days, and we thought it'd be cool to get everybody in town together, have a big bonfire, and everybody just be together and maybe hug it out. But then we had an even better idea. There happens to be a crystal field nearby where we can go dig up a bunch of gypsum crystals. And if we can get enough gypsum crystals, well, maybe, just maybe, if we collect enough crystals, we can hand one out to everyone in town and make the healing process go even faster. Okay, we have arrived at this undisclosed location where my sister and I came once and got a ton of big gypsum crystals. Okay, there's a gypsum mine nearby, and I guess there's a lot of gypsum in this dry lake bed. And God, last time we came up here, they were just laying on the surface. But I don't know. I don't see any. Ugh. How are we going to heal our fractured community without a bunch of crystals? I mean, you can see, or maybe you can see, there's little fragments of crystal, but not nice big chunks. I'll just keep looking. Ah, here we go. Nice, big, beautiful gypsum crystals. My sisters and I set about gathering as many crystals as we could, enough to heal every member of our quirky, fractured community. Big ones, small ones, white ones, clear ones, and plenty of suppository-shaped ones for those especially stubborn cases. Okay, we're here at our favorite place to celebrate the solstice, because it's got a great view of the sun as it sets over the beautiful horizon. And there's already been a number of people show up. Things are just getting started. I've got my solstice stick with my bells, my solstice hat, and my winter solstice snowflake earrings. Dennis! Thank you for coming to our solstice party.
Hello.
Happy solstice, Dennis. Good to see you.
Yeah, I guess I'm meeting like this.
Dennis was just one of many community members who took the time to come to our healing solstice ceremony. I'd guess about 30 people showed up to join us as we watched the sun set over the horizon on the shortest day of the year, marking the beginning of winter and the coming of new light. Winter solstice is one of my favorite holidays because even though it's the first day of winter, and I am not a winter person, it's also the last day of darkness. From here on out, the sun will set later and later, and the days will grow incrementally longer, filling with more and more warmth, sunlight, and beauty.
It seemed like the perfect time of year to come together with our friends and community, passing out crystals and enjoying the glow of a winter campfire. I'm not sure how much healing was accomplished, but then again, you never know. It's in the quiet moments that you find the most powerful magic and the most wondrous miracles. And speaking of miracles, it's a Christmas miracle! Okay, if you watched the video I made showcasing my new e-bike, well, you might remember that I was having some issues with the headlight. And not just the headlight, I was also having issues with one of the rear turn signal indicators, and this is why I don't like making product review videos. You know, as a YouTuber, I get lots of emails from companies wanting to send me free products in exchange for making a video about them. And I guess I'm kind of weird or old-fashioned because I don't like just saying I like any product. I want it to be a product that I actually really like, that I've tried and tested, and that really works, if that makes any sense. And I already had an e-bike. If you remember, there was a few years ago, I made another product video about an e-bike. But I thought, oh, well, you know, it'd be nice to get another e-bike for my sister for Christmas. And so I told this company, go ahead, send me the e-bike. And then it had all these electrical issues. And, well, I'll admit, I was kind of quick to write it off as cheap Chinese junk. Come to find out, that's not the case. Okay, it's true that there happened to be some kind of issue with the controller, and if you watched the product review video I made, when I had my friend Scott, who actually happens to be a professional bike mechanic, come out and swap out the controller for me, well, come to find out, that did fix all the issues. In the video, I showed how once he replaced the controller, the turn signal worked, but the headlight was mysteriously coming on all by itself. And so I kind of ended the video, well, I didn't want to throw the product under the bus because they did send me a free $1,500 e-bike, and it is a good e-bike, but I didn't feel comfortable promoting the product if it had this weird issue with the headlight. And so if you watch that video, well, you know, at the end of it, Scott just kind of goes, well, wonderhussie, it is what it is. And honestly, I feel kind of bad about that because, well, yeah, it is what it is. And what it is is user error. Okay, come to find out there's this little control here. I'm not sure you can see that. It says auto. Well, that's an auto lights on feature. So when the button is pushed in like that, when it gets dark outside, the front headlight automatically comes on. Duh! That's why, if you watch that video, when I was talking about, well, I went riding the other day at sunset and then I came back and when I looked outside 15 minutes later, the light had come on by itself. But that's because I had the automatic headlight switch on all along. I guess the idea with this bike is, if you're out riding at sunset and it starts to get dark, if you have the automatic headlight switch depressed, the headlight will come on automatically when it gets dark, so you don't get hit by a car. So all I would have had to do is disengage the auto switch and everything would have been fine. So I guess to sum up, I do think this Hey Bike Horizon is a fine e-bike. In fact, I met another viewer when we did our Firehouse fundraiser. Well, I guess it was a month ago now. There was another viewer there who had a Hey Bike and she loved it. So it's a fine product. I just happened to get one with a bad controller. Once Scott swapped out the controller, everything worked just fine. And I look forward to many adventures with my sister on her new e-bike. And I'll be riding my old e-bike that I did the video about a couple of years ago. Live and learn. And guess what? That's not the only Christmas miracle to have befallen us here on the edge of Death Valley in the middle of nowhere this Christmas season. I also finally got a call back from my dang OBGYN about getting my health concern checked out. Yeah, it ended up taking like 2 weeks, but I finally got a call back And they told me, unfortunately, I can't get a referral over the phone. I have to go in person. So I did. I drove all the way into town and went and saw a doctor. And she felt up my titties and she told me, yeah, oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. And then she felt the other one and there was a lump in that one too. So, well, lucky me, I got all kinds of lumps for Christmas. I feel like that's actually a good thing though. If you have lumps on both sides, it's generally an indicator that it's just kind of some hormonal thing with cysts. Anyway, I finally got the dang referral to go see a specialist that will give me an ultrasound and get to the bottom of it once and for all. Unfortunately, I guess they're backed up because I don't have an appointment until the 30th. But with any luck, by the end of the year, our fantastic American healthcare system ought to be able to tell me what exactly is going on in my titties. And I'll be sure to keep everyone updated as to what's going on with that as details become available. So I guess I'd say I'm doing pretty good as far as miracles are concerned this Christmas season. I got a functioning e-bike, I got a doctor's appointment, and while our community healing solstice party probably didn't solve any of the underlying issues in our community, well, my sister and I were talking to someone the other day who kind of put things in perspective. We were talking to a woman who's lived in this area for a long time, and she said, oh, these kinds of problems come and go all the time, and they always resolve themselves. You know, I guess that's just what it's like living in a small town in the middle of nowhere on the edge of civilization. You know, there's only about 150 of us living in this lonely outpost on the fringes of civilization. I guess we're sort of like one big dysfunctional family. Or, to put it in Christmas terms, we're sort of like the island of misfit toys. Okay, remember in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the classic Christmas TV kids animated thing? Rudolph ends up on the island of misfit toys, and it's where all the toys that have something wrong with them, like the doll that's got a broken leg or the teddy bear that's missing an eye, all the misfit toys ended up on this island together. And that's kind of a fitting metaphor for our tiny island of civilization in the middle of this vast sea of sand and nothingness. We're all in this together, so we might as well figure out a way to live with each other. You know, now that I think about it, that's not just a metaphor for life here on the edge of Death Valley. That's a metaphor for life in America and in the world in general. We might not always agree with each other's beliefs, but we're all on this planet together at the same time for a short amount of time. And so we might as well learn to get along and make the most of it. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. You probably can't tell, but there's some shadowy figures in the distance walking towards us. And that's my mom, my brother, and my sister. And they're all extremely camera shy. So unfortunately, you won't be seeing them in this video. But they did. They all drove all the way down here to the edge of Death Valley to spend Christmas with my other sister and me. And that's pretty much the best Christmas gift anyone could ask for. Although I do have a mountain of gifts waiting for me in my office that I plan to open tomorrow morning, Christmas. Actually, you'll be watching this on Christmas. It's Christmas! Let me take this opportunity to wish everybody who's watching this video a Merry Christmas. Or a Happy Hanukkah, or a Happy Festivus, or a Happy Kwanzaa, or whatever it is that you happen to celebrate, even if it's just another Wednesday. But if you're watching this channel, well, you probably already know that every Wednesday is a reason to celebrate. So, happy Wednesday!